Hey guys.
All right, here we are. We're back. Still live. Still alive. Haven't gotten sick yet. Here with Miles at the Wild game.
Hey guys, did you know the Earth is flat? Has anyone looked into flat Earth?
Hey, do you know the Earth is flat?
Did you know you live on a flat Earth? Or did you look at the first result on Google and then dismiss it immediately?
We've been here before. It's been a while since we've been to St. Paul, XL Energy Center. And Minnesota Wild, they're basically the best team in the NHL. I think they've had like 4 or 6 comeback victories.
They live on a globe.
Hey, is that moon?
Have proof they live on a sphere.
Can you land on that moon over there? If you believe you can land on the moon and you can't do it, that's a religion. So we got our typical guy here, preaching the word for everybody.
Does anyone here have proof they live on a sphere or can answer basic questions about the Earth?
You guys have any questions? You guys have any answers on your globe Earth? Did you know the Earth is flat, not a ball? Outer space is not real.
The moon landing was fake. We never landed on the moon.
You guys believe we landed on the moon?
Nobody landed on the moon. Nobody landed on the moon. Earth is flat.
Hey, look at this. Everybody's got smiling faces. Nobody's wearing a mask yet.
Enjoy the game. Just know we didn't land on the moon.
Nobody's wearing a mask yet. He laughs. He laughs because he trusts government. Yeah.
Guys, the Earth is flat. They're hiding it.
I trust government.
Look into it. You need to look into flat Earth.
Has that guy ever walked a mile in his life? They just use the go-karts and the mopeds in Minneapolis, St. Paul with Chick-fil-A, and they just don't exercise.
I'll give this to you if you want to use it.
All right, man.
Use it?
Yeah. It's a lot better. Hey, do you know the Earth is flat?
Hey guys, the Earth is flat. Does anyone have proof they live in a sphere or a globe?
The first Adam ate of the fruit of a tree and entered the world.
Do you know the Earth is flat?
So Christ is the last Adam. And as the last Adam, he was crucified upon a tree
Hang on, get this for a second.
on the cross. And Christ commands all to come and eat of the fruit of that tree. Those that come to the cross will have eternal, everlasting life.
Alright, dude. I'm gonna take off and I'm gonna watch while I'm on the train.
All right, man. Later. Oh, thanks. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat, not a ball? Earth is flat, just like that hockey rink. Anybody gone to outer space to verify the moon landing or anything government claims where you live? You can prove where you live yourself. Water lays level and flat when at rest. It does not bend to make a ball in outer space. You've never seen the Earth from outer space before. Why do you believe Earth is a ball?
It's flat.
You're right, it is flat. Water lays level and flat when at rest and not moving. When does it start to bend to make a ball in outer space? Do you believe that we landed on the moon, sir? You do, okay. You trust government. Nice work. Government means to control the mind. You've never been to the moon, yet you believe they landed on the moon. That's kind of interesting. There we are. Family reunions. The only way people will get together as one is by watching sports.
Yes! Yes!
Sports are rigged. Sports are rigged. That's why they get paid so much money to lie to you. There's magnets in basketballs. They steal signs in baseball. Oh, but hockey couldn't be real. Why would they lie about hockey? Well, because it's the only time that 20,000 people get together and agree on something, is sports. Earth is flat. Hey, do you guys know the Earth is flat and not a ball? Earth is flat. Oh, I gotta smoke crack to know the Earth is flat? People believe the globe Earth. They've never verified the globe Earth before, yet people believe that this hockey game is happening on the bending of space-time and outer space because of science. People believe in science because other people are scientists. Well, you're a scientist, and what I see happens is that the moon and the sun traverse across our flat plane. The idea that the Earth spins in outer space is total religious belief. Hey, what's up?
Just listen.
Right on. Do you believe that we landed on the moon? No.
No, we ran out of fuel.
We ran out of fuel.
Yeah.
Who's we?
The people that were funding it, and then they just made it for television only.
They made it for television?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did they do that? Why would they fake the moon landing?
Because they want us to believe shit that doesn't happen.
Uh-huh. Got it. Like sports?
Nope, I don't like sports.
You don't like sports?
Never been to sports. I came here the first time. It's the first time I'm going to sports.
This is the first time, huh? Right on. What do you think about public mask wearing and vaccine mandates?
Good.
You're good?
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. Yeah.
Hey, brother. Thank you very much for what you do.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey guys, the Earth is flat. You looking up flat Earth stuff on your phone? Check out ODD TV for more flat Earth information. Mark Sargent, Flat Earth Clues, Eric Dubé, 200 proofs you don't know what you're talking about. RV Truth on YouTube. There's a lot of information to find out where you live. People are running from the truth because they don't want to see that we live on a flat, non-rotating Earth. The Earth is flat like that rink. Outer space is not real. The only reason that you believe outer space is real is because you were taught it in school. You've never actually been to outer space, but you believe it's a real environment because government told you.
Go fuck yourself, huh?
Oh, yeah, why don't you come make me? Outer space is not real. Earth is flat, and you've never been to the moon, but you saw the TV show called The Moon Landing from 1969 to 1972. Complete hoax. Only happened 6 times during Dick Nixon's era. If you can't verify the moon landing yourself, that's not science, that's a belief. And you religiously believe government would actually tell you where you live. That's the only thing that they wouldn't lie to us about. We're all human beings, and it's our right to know where we live. Why would they lie to us about where we live? And if flat Earth isn't important, then why are you getting so triggered when I say the Earth is flat? Because maybe deep down inside you know that when water lays level and flat when at rest, and it doesn't bend to make a ball in outer space. You've never seen the Earth from outer space. You've seen cartoons and images in your science books, and then government school told you that you live on a ball Earth and you believed it. You never looked into it again. If you believe Jesus walked on water, and you believe that man walked on the moon, you have to have faith in both. Because you can't walk on water and you can't walk on the moon. What's up? I do my own thing, man. Yeah. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat? Look into it. Water, when contained, lays level and flat when at rest. It's very simple. Water, when contained, lays level and flat when at rest. When does it start to make a ball in outer space that you've never seen before with your own eyes? If you believe Jesus walked on water, and you believe man walked on the moon, that's faith. You can't do any of those things. The Earth is flat like that hockey rink in there. Look into it. Type in flat earth when you get home or when you're watching the Islanders get destroyed by your Minnesota Wild. Kaprizov is going to get a hat trick today.
Are you talking?
Let's go. Minnesota Wild going to win the Stanley Cup. Oh, how interesting. Everybody agrees. But then when I say the earth is flat, and I go against your religious beliefs, what's up?
That takes more than faith, I think.
To know the earth is flat?
No, they're going to win this.
Oh, yeah, fair enough. This is Minnesota sports. Just like most relationships in your life, you're going to get let down, so don't invest your time into fake rigged sports like hockey, basketball, baseball, football. They use magnetics in footballs, just a heads up. Remember the catch, the helmet catch by Plexical Burris? Magnets. You can easily type in NFL magnets on YouTube and you'll get dozens of videos with pretty hard evidence that show that they use magnets in footballs. Earth is flat. Did you guys know the earth is flat? And not a ball? Have you ever actually looked into flat earth, or you just religiously believe you live on a globe earth because government told you? You guys still believe in Santa Claus too? NASA is Santa Claus for adults. All outer space images are CGI, they're not real. They can't legally call them photographs, they have to call them images because they're all computer generated. Let's go Islanders. Islanders are going to destroy your Wild tonight, so get ready to cry about it with your jerseys that you spent money on.
I'm an Islander fan.
Let's go. I'm trying to get my finger out of here.
How do they put magnets in a football?
How do they do it?
No, why? Would it wobble differently? Or
No.
do they got one on each panel?
Sir, can I pet your kitties? Huh? Can I pet your kitties? Why not?
Can I pet your kitties? Well, Earth is flat, not a ball in outer space.
St. Paul, huh?
If the Earth was a ball, dogs would have chewed it up by now. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat? And not a ball.
Why do you think the earth is flat?
Water, when contained, lays level and flat when at rest. Water lays level and flat when at rest.
Okay.
So when does it turn into a ball?
When you use air and conform it together, you use air to make it.
Can you demonstrate that for me? Can you show water conform to the exterior of a shape?
I don't got the tool. Hold on a second.
You need tools to do that?
Yes.
Oh. Sounds like that's government propaganda to me. I wouldn't believe it.
That's so bad.
I had a bike that had basket on it.
See, so why else do you think the earth is flat?
NASA images are all CGI and fake. They're not real.
Have you been up to space, though?
You can't. You can't have two pressure systems next to each other without a solid barrier. So how do you have negative 14 torr, which is outer space, next to a positive 14.6 psi on Earth? You can't have those two systems next to each other without a solid barrier. So outer space is scientifically impossible.
How? What's that?
And the Earth is flat.
But what's that? That's space right there.
Yeah, there's space between me and you right now also. So yeah, that's just, those are lights in the sky. If you believe that you can go to those lights or to that crescent moon over there and land on it, that's propaganda.
Okay, so what's the moon then?
I don't know what the moon is. Is it okay to not know what something is instead of just basing theories in school about where we live?
Nope, I'm just saying your take on the moon.
I don't know what it is. It could be plasma, and it could be a negative polar aspect to our reality that we live in that goes across the flat plane.
Maybe we're all just really high and we're seeing like things. The moon is just an image of our imagination. So we are all high on the air, on the oxygen. We're so high that we're seeing stars. Is that what you think?
It's good to see people breathe oxygen today. Breathing oxygen is really important.
I had a hard time breathing oxygen.
Yeah. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat and not a ball in outer space?
How do you?
You cannot go to outer space. And if you believe government can go to outer space and you can't do it, that's not science, that's a religion. You believe government would tell you the truth about where you live. Yet I continue to ask people if they believe government, and they say, no, I don't believe government. But NASA is the only exception. NASA's the only exception of why government would lie. Government lies all the time, but they tell us the truth about where we live. Hey guys, Earth is flat. Not a ball. Water, when contained, lays level and flat at the surface. When does it bend to make a ball? You've never seen Earth from space before. Outer space is not real. Why would I believe the images that they tell us where we live? Government lies all the time. Earth is flat, not a ball. Look into it tomorrow. Flat earthers are the coolest people on Earth right now. It's not very trendy to believe lies in government right now. Hey, do you know the Earth is flat? Just type in flat Earth into YouTube, go to your filters, change your filters to today and view count, and you'll get all of the top flat Earth videos on YouTube right now. If you type in flat Earth on YouTube and you don't do anything, you're going to get dozens and dozens of government propaganda. Hey, do you know the Earth is flat? Look into it. Ask your teachers if they've ever been to the moon. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat like that rink? Like the ice rink? Never been to outer space, and neither have you. And to believe that they can go to the moon and send satellites out to Jupiter, and you can't do it, that's a belief system. It's okay to have faith, but extraordinary claims need to have extraordinary evidence. And there's no evidence that they landed on the moon.
As it is written, the just shall live by faith.
If you want to win 3 Bitcoins and prove your globe Earth that you believe you live on, you can go to Nathan Oakley 1980 and have a debate. And see if you can provide 3 proofs that you live on a globe. Maybe even 1. Hey, do you guys want to win 3 Bitcoins and prove that you live on a globe Earth? Try to do it yourself. Prove to yourself that you live on a globe without using other people's sources. Prove it to yourself. Investigate why people think the Earth is flat and why we know that it's not a ball. Ridicule before investigation's the height of ignorance. So to laugh at somebody's claim that you can't back up, that's ignorance and naivety, which can be changed. I believe that we lived on a globe Earth in 2015. And then somebody just asked me, do you think the Earth could be flat? That's all you got to do is just say the F word, flat Earth, and look into it. If you deny that the Earth could be flat, then you're being scientifically illiterate and dishonest with yourself, because you've never proven that the Earth is a globe. That's why people need government, is because government answers them all the questions for them so they can continue to live their lives and come to a fake rigged sporting event and then wake up tomorrow and slave away for somebody else's business. Anybody here have their own business? Anybody run their own business? Or does everybody here just work for somebody else, expanding their dreams? Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat and not a ball? Anybody want to win 3 Bitcoins? I think Bitcoin's at 65,000 a Bitcoin. If you can prove your globe Earth, you can win 3 Bitcoins. Let's go brand them. Hey, did you guys hear about the new COVID patch that's coming out? You get to wear a patch that tells you that you're vaccinated now. It's a COVID patch. Did you guys hear about the PFIZER COVID pill? All of your 4 vaccines that have come out in the last 8 months have lost their effectiveness. How many vaccines is it going to take? 6 million? There are no flat earthers that are going out taking vaccines because they know the truth. They don't scientifically deny that government lies to them. Why would anybody put a toxin in their body for something that has a 99% recovery rate? Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat, not a ball? Make sure to look up Flat Earth while you're in there watching the Islanders destroy your wild. The Earth is as flat as that rink in there. You have no evidence.
Real! Birds aren't real!
You have no evidence that you've been to outer space. Humans have gone to outer space or landed on the moon. Prove to yourself that you live on a globe. You're a human being. These things should matter where you live. You're an infinite being. The only thing that contains your infiniteness is the skin that you walk around in your meat suit. You're an infinite being. And the Earth goes on infinitely forever in all directions horizontally and doesn't bend to make a ball. You've never seen Earth from space before. Let's go Islanders. You guys got any proof that you live on a ball? You want to win 3 Bitcoin? If you can go on to Nathan Oakley 1980 and debate and prove that you live on a globe, they'll give you 3 Bitcoins.
What are you live streaming on?
DLive and Twitch, because I'm banned on other platforms.
What's your Twitch name?
Authentic Intent. Check it out, guys. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat, not a ball? How have you verified that you live on a ball Earth, not using other resources? Use your own intellect. Be reasonable with yourself.
Let's go, Brandon!
Let's go brand them with more vaccines and masks. We're branding them right now, and the establishment are laughing. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat, not a ball? Hey, do you guys believe we landed on the moon? Do you guys believe government would tell you where you live honestly? How government works is they tell you and teach you the opposite of reality. They taught you that the globe, when you were 5 years old, and you never questioned government again. Why haven't you questioned government? You question government about everything, I thought. This was America. I thought this was America, where you questioned government and you kept them at bay. Hey, do you guys know the Earth is flat, not a ball? Earth is flat, not a ball in outer space. The Earth is stationary and not spinning. Outer space is not real. You've never been to outer space. So why do you believe that government would go to outer space if you've never done it before? That's not science, that's a belief system. Until you start actually questioning where you live, you're going to continue to live in ignorance and make fun of people who are actually woke. This is cancel culture because people actually hate the truth. People want to believe government in the schools and have them tell them where they live and what they did, but you guys can't do anything. You're never going to go to the moon. You'll never go to outer space, but you believe government would tell you where you live. Make sure to check out Flat Earth Clues by Mark Sargent while you're in there watching the wild get destroyed. Give you some time to look at some information that might expand your mind a little bit. It's okay to have healthy questions. If anything, you can become a globe skeptic and look into flat Earth. Hey, do you guys know the Earth is flat and not a ball? The Earth is stationary, not spinning. Hey, do you know the Earth is flat?
Yeah.
Yeah? Good. Make sure to go look up Flat Earth, everybody. Mark Sargent, Clues. Eric Dubé, 200 proofs that you don't know where you live. ODD 21 questions. These are all very simple to look up. If you can learn a language and you can learn how to fix a car, you can't demonize YouTube for having more information. Hey, do you guys know the Earth is flat, not a ball in outer space? You've never proven that we live on a ball in outer space. You just believed government when you were a child in school, and you saw cartoons about a globe Earth in outer space. It's time to start questioning. If at any time during our human race existence, now would be the time to question, because you have the internet. You have all the information on the internet to question your government about where you live in flat Earth. And if you continue to just go along with the program and be an NPC, the guy to my left will have even more of an impact on your life. It's time to know where you live. It's important for a human being to know where you live. Imagine if you were adopted and you were 20 years old and you found out you were adopted. How wouldn't that matter? Hey, do you guys know the Earth is flat? Look into Flat Earth Clues by Mark Sargent on YouTube when you're in there watching the wild destroy the islanders. So if you were adopted and you found out when you were 20 years old, that would draw some questions. Maybe, are my parents still alive? Why did they abandon me? And why did my adoptive family lie to me for 20 years and not tell me my true history? It's the same thing that the government's doing with you right now. You believe you live on a globe. But I'm here to tell you that you're adopted. The Earth is flat. The center is the North Pole, and the sun and the moon travel across our motionless plane just as we see it. There is no outer space. That's not real. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat? I'm here to tell you that the Earth is flat and outer space is not real. We do not spin. I'll give anybody some money if they can tell me how many degrees the Earth spins at. What degree is the tilt at without looking up Google? Do you know how far the sun is away from the Earth? How about the moon? Do you know how far the moon is away from the Earth? I don't care. Hockey. But yet when I tell people they live on a flat, motionless plane, they get so triggered, but you guys don't know anything about where you live. You just believe it blindly. Just like a Christian, I just read the Bible for one chapter and now I'm a Christian. When you don't know anything about the God that you worship in the Bible, but you believe that you live on a ball Earth too, and you've never questioned it. Do you question anything anymore, human? Do you question anything? Where you live, why you're here, what's your purpose? How many people have their own business? Does anybody here have their own business? Or do we all just work like slaves for other people's business and pay taxes? And then you pay taxes for their fake moon landings and their fake space talk, launching fake satellites into outer space, and you guys are okay with that. Hey, do you guys know the Earth is flat? Not a ball. Outer space is not real. The Earth is as flat as that hockey rink. Prove it to yourself. Prove to yourself that the Earth is a globe. It's not that hard, right? I thought it was so easy to prove that the Earth is a globe. Can you use your own research and your own observations to prove that the Earth is a globe? Or do you have to use government? Government images of space. Government images of Earth from space. CGI satellites in space. Google satellites in space. I'll give you $10 if you can show me a genuine satellite in space. Because I've tried, they're all CGI. They're not real. 99% of communication is done on Earth through ground towers and high altitude balloons. Fiber optic cables go from continent to continent. There are no satellites. Satellites do not exist. It's all ground towers and high altitude balloons. Go on DuckDuckGo and type in Project Loon, and you'll find out that Google Earth is just high altitude balloons at 100,000 feet. There are no satellites. And you can't land on the crescent moon that you see. You can see stars through the moon. Have you ever actually looked at the moon when it's at its crescent stage and seen stars through the moon? How is it that the moon is transparent? I have a P900 and I can take pictures and videos of, quote, stars behind the moon. I thought the moon was a solid object. Why is it that my friends and I are taking images and video of stars where a full moon should be? Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat, not a ball in outer space? Really? Never went to the moon. The moon landing was a hoax. Don't let teachers in school tell you that they landed on the moon. That's not science, that's a belief. You can't go to the moon. Science is provable and demonstratable and repeatable. None of you have repeated the moon landing, yet you believe you can go to the moon. Because it just makes your life easier. If you just blindly believe government, which we were told in our history books not to do. Did you know that NASA was created by Nazi scientists from World War II called Project Paperclip? Did you know that most of your education is built off of the Rockefeller Foundation? Because they know how to brainwash people, and they know that at a very early age, you got to get children to start smoking cigarettes, and you have a lifetime member. Same thing with where you live. You were taught you lived on a globe, and you don't. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat, not a ball? Look at that. Wild and New York's standing side by side. Let's go.
Crazy.
Earth is flat, bro. Just like that hockey rink in there. You guys actually believe the moon landing? You guys actually believe the government would tell you the honest truth about where you live? No, you need somebody like me and somebody like Austin Witzig Gets It or Critical Inception to go out and do activism for Flat Earth to remind you of your true purpose. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat?
That's actually not real.
Earth is flat, not a ball. Let's go Koivu. Wearing somebody else's name on the back of your shirt. Awesome. How come nobody has their name on the back of the shirt?
Tickets.
Kaprizov, Parisi, $100 jerseys.
Tickets.
Anybody have a t-shirt with their name on it? I got a name. I got a t-shirt with my name on it. I'm wearing it right now. Called Authentic Intent. Make sure to check it out on YouTube. This isn't my first rodeo. I've been doing flat earth activism for almost 6 years now. Once you realize the truth about this place, you can't stop talking about it. You have to let everybody know. At least you know now that the Earth is flat and you need to take an honest, serious look into it. And if you ignore it and you continue to live your life and believe the alien invasion that's going to happen many years from now, your blood is off my hands. That's why I'm out here, to let you know that outer space is not real. They can simulate anything in the sky, especially now that they have Elon Musk Starlink. You know what Starlink is? That's literally Skynet from Terminator 2. Look it up. They have high altitude balloons monitoring everything that we do now. And they could just drop pieces from the sky and call that meteors. What if they were to say that they exploded an asteroid? Would you believe that, like in the movies? Would you believe that the government can explode an asteroid from outer space because of movies? Everything about our reality is scripted and not real. Everything you see on TV, everything you've been taught in school is all programming to make you believe that people like myself are crazy. Which is great, because I love to have that instant reaction, because then you have to choose. Choose this day whom you will serve, government or your natural senses. Hey, did you guys know the earth is flat? Hey, do you know the earth is flat? You guys believe we landed on the moon? You think you can land on that crescent moon behind us? If you can't do something that the government has claims they did, that's a belief, not science. Still not sick yet. It's been almost 2 years. Haven't worn a mask. Haven't been vaccinated. Still alive and kicking. I feel the best that I've ever felt in my 40 years of life here on Earth. And my doctors can confirm it from my appointment on Tuesday. Because we're the best. We don't take no S from anybody. We don't believe hoaxes that the government tells us are true on TV. Hey, did you guys know the earth is flat? Check out Flat Earth, Mark Sargent, Flat Earth Clues, 21 Questions by ODD. Make sure you get out there and do your own research and start to realize where you live. You honestly think that we're spinning in outer space? How fast is the earth spinning? If you can come up and tell me, I'll give you money for it. Earth is flat like that rink that you're going to see the wild destroy the islanders. You guys know the earth is flat? Look into it. Look up mud floods. They've been faking our history for the last 300 years. It's called mud floods. They reset us every 200 or 300 years. Your whole history is fake. Look into mud floods. Richard Lopez. Flat Earth British. Hey, do you guys know the earth is flat? Outer space is not real. Outer space is CGI. There are no genuine photographs of outer space, Earth from space. Everything we were taught about space was not real.
Who needs seats, guys? Who needs tickets, guys?
Ridicule before investigation is the height of ignorance. So until you give it an honest look into flat Earth, and now you know.
Tickets.
So glad to be here and let you know that the Earth is flat and we live in a container. How do you have outer space, which is negative 14 torr, next to positive pressure at 14.6 psi at sea level? You need a solid barrier to separate the two pressure systems. You can't even demonstrate that here on Earth. You can't demonstrate two pressure systems next to each other. Try filling up your tire on your car and then removing the rubber and then driving away. That's what you claim space is. You claim that space has two separate pressure systems next to each other and they can cohabitate to each other without breaking the second law of thermodynamics, which is entropy. Look into what entropy is. Maybe that'll help you. That you need a solid barrier to have two pressure systems next to each other, just like your helium balloons. Your helium balloon floats because the rubber contains the helium. Now dye that helium like purple or green so that you can see the helium in the balloon, and then remove the rubber from the helium, and I'll believe your outer space is real. But you can't do it. Because outer space breaks the second law of thermodynamics. Hey, Earth is flat, guys. Look into it. Hey, look into Flat Earth. 21 Questions by ODD. YouTube, Eric Dubé. 200 proofs. You don't know what you're talking about.
You guys have tickets?
I got Flat Earth. Because the Earth is flat, not a ball. How do you have outer space? Outer space is negative 14 torr next to a positive 14.6 psi on Earth. How do you have two pressure systems cohabitating next to each other without a solid barrier? That's called entropy. You know how when you make hot coffee and you're watching the replay of the Vikings getting destroyed by Baltimore tomorrow morning? If you sit and wait for your coffee for an hour, it will become room temperature. That's called entropy. Yeah, come make me. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat? Somebody hates America. Hey, how's it going? Hey, thanks a lot. What is it?
It's a burger.
Oh, it is? Yeah, thanks a lot.
They
Appreciate
took
it.
forever to cook it.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. Me? I should get a life? Why do I need to get a life?
Get away from
You were here. You're here first. You're here first?
Wait, why are you talking shit to them though?
She said to get away from her, and I didn't talk to her.
Yeah,
So-
I would suggest you know.
So, do you guys know the Earth is flat, not a ball? How do you have two pressure systems next to each other without a solid barrier? You need a solid barrier to have a positive and negative pressure systems next to each other. So to believe that you can just go to outer space and land on the moon,
Stay the fuck with me.
oh my God. Yeah, what's up, man?
Do you believe that every single planet is flat?
I don't think that they're planets at all. They're called wandering stars.
So you think a star is flat?
Does it have to be to prove the globe Earth or flat Earth?
Well, every single planet or wandering star is a sphere, right?
How have you verified that?
You can look at the sun, you can look at the moon, you can look at the circle.
The only way you know it's flat or a sphere is by going around it, right? You got to go around it.
Cast a shadow. Have you ever casted a shadow on something that's round that leaves a crescent? That's why if you look at the moon right now,
It's a crescent?
it's a crescent.
You think that the Earth is causing that shadow?
No, the sun is causing that shadow.
You should go do some research on flat Earth. Have a better understanding of what it is.
You think that the sun is flat?
Why does it have to be flat? It could be flat. That doesn't mean that the Earth is a globe or flat. That doesn't prove anything. Why don't we prove the Earth? Why do you keep talking about the ceiling? Does a carpenter measure their ceiling to carpet their floors? Does that make sense? You're going to measure the ceiling and talk about the sky, but not look at the Earth. Water, when contained, lays level and flat at the surface. When you contain water and it's at rest, it's flat and level.
It's not, you can literally look at the ocean and you can see how you know how you can't see the end of the ocean? It's because there's a sphere that you can't see the end of it. If it was flat, you would be able to see all the way across.
No, that's not true. No.
See the horizon on both sides.
No, that's not true. So earlier in the day, you can see things further because the water temperature is cooler and the air temperature is cooler. The sun hasn't had time to beat down on the surface of the water to create evaporation. You can see things further in the morning than you can at night because the sun has heated up the surface of the water, creating water vapor, which compounds onto itself. And that's why you can't see things very far. But you can get a P900 and zoom into that oil rig or that ship that you think went over the curvature, and you can draw it back into focus. What about that?
That is just proving the fact that your eyesight is as good as a 40-time magnifying
You're right.
telescope.
You're right. Yeah, your perspective. It's called perspective. That's the sky and the ground meeting together. Do you know what perspective is? You ever learned about it?
I think you need a whole new perspective on what your life decisions.
We can see things too far on Earth because the Earth is flat. We can see the Statue of Liberty from 60 miles away. With the Earth's radius at 3959, you can't see the Statue of Liberty. There should be 2,400 feet of curvature drop. So to believe that people in Australia are walking upside down, that's ridiculous. Hey, do you know the Earth is flat? Yeah, and outer space isn't real. If you want to go to a friend of mine on Nathan Oakley 1980, you can win 3 Bitcoins and prove your globe Earth. Wild fan. It's not that hard. Go to Nathan Oakley 1980, all one word, tomorrow morning, and go on his chat and prove your globe Earth, and you'll win 3 Bitcoins. That's like $180,000. But we've been trying to ask globe heads to prove their globe Earth for the last 5 years, and I'm still doing it. Because most people want to live in ignorance, and they want to believe government, and they want to go with the crowd. Nobody wants to be ridiculed for telling the truth. Nobody wants to be made fun of for standing up what's right. Everybody just wants to go along with the crowd and wear somebody else's name on the back of their shirt, because that's trendy. Most people follow the wrong trends. Hey, do you guys know the Earth is flat? Madonna, let's go. Madonna's going to have an awesome game tonight. He's going to get like 5 touchdowns. Shooter's going to kick a couple field goals today. Hey, do you guys know the Earth is flat? Not a ball. It's not that hard to prove that the Earth is a globe, I thought. I thought it was so easy to prove the Earth is a globe. More reliance on government to do things so Americans can believe it. America is one of the most brainwashed countries due to the Rockefeller education system that was brought upon in the late 1800s. Because they know that they need to tell you what they want you to think at a very young age, so then you'll never question it. America has become like a cult. It's the culture of America, where you believe in the globe Earth, you believe they landed on the moon, you think getting your health through a needle is productive, and wearing a mask is going to save your life. That's propaganda. Haven't been sick yet. Still alive and kicking. Outer space is not real. Water, when contained, lays level and flat at the surface. When does it start to bend to make a ball? Look up Mark Sargent Flat Earth Clues to find out more. You can also verify the Earth is flat by water level observations. Find out how construction and they make buildings. Hey, do you guys know the Earth is flat? Check out Flat Earth. The Earth is not a ball in outer space. He laughs because he believes government. Government would never lie. Government loves me. Pretty much the oldest trick in the book. Government's point is to mind control you. That's what government means. They're governing your mind. Look into it. It's really not that difficult to be more informed, which is why they have secret societies to begin with, because they know that 99% of most Americans will laugh at actual truth. That's why they hide it from you. That's why they have the occult. And the occult is not innately bad, it just means hidden knowledge. That's what the occult means. That's why you have secret societies, because they need to hide actual truth from ignorant 80 IQ Americans. Because you guys aren't actually ready to know the truth about this place. But then when you bring facts and you bring their occult teaching out to the public and you say, hey, did you know the Earth is flat? Most people laugh. Most people make fun.
We're just going to ask you to move so you're not in the way of the people crossing.
Okay, I'll stand right here.
Thank you.
Sure thing.
It.
Yep.
Thank you.
No problem. Did you know that Nazis were brought from Germany to America during the 40s? It's called Operation Paperclip. And they can use the Smith-Mundt Act, which was reverted by Obama in 2012, so they can propagate on Americans. All of your news is scripted. It's fake for propaganda purposes. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat? Check out Flat Earth, everybody. It's not that hard to do. Just look into it. Prove that you live on a globe. I got you to smile. Laughter's the best medicine. Prove to yourself that you live on a globe. It's really not that hard, because once you find out, you'll become a flat earther also. You'll realize that all of the things that you believe are given to you by government. Hey, do you guys know the earth is flat? Hey, did everybody know here that the earth is flat, not a ball in outer space? All of your images of earth from space are CGI, computer, Photoshop, composites, admitted by NASA. Look into it. If you were dating a girl or a guy and all they kept sending you was cartoons, drawings of what they claim to look like, when's the point that you're going to feel like, I might be getting catfished here? You've been catfished by NASA. You were taught the globe earth at a very young age, and that's okay. But now it's time to look into it as an adult, as somebody who has critical thinking. Make sure to look into Flat Earth. Clues by Mark Sargent.
Tickets, we need seats, guys, tickets.
Flat Earth Podcast.
Tickets.
Flat Earth Podcast. Flat Earth Podcast. DITRH, David Weiss. Make sure to look it up. Flat Earth Podcast. Flat Earth Podcast with Matt Long and David Weiss. It's not that hard. We can offer up 3 Bitcoin if you can prove your globe earth. Go to Nathan Oakley 1980 on YouTube right now and go in his chat tomorrow morning and prove your globe earth. Shouldn't be that hard, right? Hey, did you guys know the earth is flat? Listen to Flat Earth Podcast to learn more and challenge yourself. It's okay to challenge yourself. You can do it secretively. You don't have to tell your parents or your family or your girlfriend or your husband that you're looking into Flat Earth. Just look into it. Flat Earth Podcast. David Weiss. And prove to yourself where you live. Just do it. Flat Earth Clues by Eric Dubé. 200 Proofs You Don't Know What You're Talking About by Mark Sargent. 21 Questions by ODD. What up, Tom Tom? Hey, did you guys know the earth is flat, not a ball? Water, when contained, lays level and flat at the surface. When does it bend to make a ball? Look into Flat Earth, guys. Flat Earth Clues by Mark Sargent. ODD TV. Flat Earth British talks about mud floods. Did you know that we're going to be reset here pretty soon? Look into the Georgia Guidestones. On the Georgia Guidestones, it's the 10 Commandments for the New World Order. And it says that they will reduce the population to 500 million people. They need to start over. There are too many people. You are the carbon tax that they're trying to get rid of. It's a eugenics program going on right now. How many people have organic blood right now? How many people have not had their DNA changed by the COVID vaccine? How many people have had psychological problems wearing a mask 8 hours a day? You can say no, there's no law to make you wear a mask and restrict your oxygen. No one can mandate vaccines for you to put that in your body. It's called the NUREMBERG Code. Remember in World War II with the NUREMBERG Code? Biden's vaccine mandate isn't working out very well for them. Make sure to look into Flat Earth while you're out there in the wild game. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat? Never went to the moon. That was a hoax. Never went to the moon. Let's go Dumba. He's going to score like 5 touchdowns. Madonna's got a couple field goals in him today. Hey, do you know the Earth is flat? Not a ball. Look into it. Look up Flat Earth Podcast by David Weiss. Hey, do you guys know the Earth is flat? You think you could be brainwashed? Don't think that you know everything, because then that just means there's more to know. If you already close your mind off to Flat Earth, then you may be withheld more information that could wake you up. Hey, do you guys know the Earth is flat? Flat Earth Podcast. ODD TV, 21 questions. Water, when contained, lays level and flat at the surface, always. When does it bend to make a ball in outer space? You've never seen the Earth from space before other than pictures in your science books. Make sure you verify things. That's why we're here as human beings, to have critical thought and think for ourselves so that we don't all walk off a cliff together. Because it seems like most people are ready to walk off a cliff and just end humanity as we know it. So we need more people to stand up and question everything. Hey, do you guys know the Earth is flat? Check out Flat Earth. Look into Flat Earth and find out how outer space and our atmosphere cannot coexist next to each other without a solid barrier.
I'm staying at your place.
Outer space is scientifically impossible. You can't have 2 pressure systems next to each other without a solid barrier. Hey, do you guys know the Earth is flat?
Yes.
The moon landing was a hoax, and don't let anybody tell you any different, like Elon Musk. He's not going anywhere. Show me videos of spacesuits being tested in a 101% vacuum. That's never been done before. They do not have a 100% vacuum to test spacesuits in. Spacesuits look trendy. They're not real. No one has ever been able to live stream a spacesuit being tested in a 101% vacuum, which is what outer space is supposed to be. So you believe that we live inside of a vacuum that's constantly putting pressure on our atmosphere, and that those two can coexist next to each other without a solid barrier. That's scientifically impossible. I'll believe outer space if you can fill up your car tire and then remove the rubber and then drive away, with your car still being elevated from the ground. I'll believe outer space if you can show me a helium balloon floating without the rubber. The helium gas displaces into the air.
Air is good.
You're right, air is good. It's good to see so many smiling faces out here. Thanks for not wearing a mask outside. Appreciate it. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat? Yeah, Earth is flat, not a ball. And don't let anybody tell you different. Earth is flat, not rotating. Earth doesn't spin in outer space. You've never seen the Earth spin. Do you even know how many times the Earth spins in one day? How far is the sun away from the Earth? Do you know? Do you know at what degree the Earth tilts to make it so that you think it's wintertime out right now? Do you even know that much about where you live? Do you know where your home is? As a human being, this is incredibly important, because it's going to prove your allegiance here very soon if you continue to oblige by the protocols that have never been proven to begin with. Everyone lives as a fear-based mechanism. It's time to live in truth and understand where you live, because the earth is flat and not spinning. Outer space is not real. Look into Flat Earth podcast by David Weiss. Challenge yourself. It's okay to question things and look into it. Maybe you got to do it by yourself and not around your friends, because your friends will mock you and leave you. But it's okay to look up things that would otherwise be taboo, like flat earth, and comprehending where you live. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself and learn more. At least you'll know both sides of the story, because most people just blindly believe they live on a globe. I used to do that too until I actually looked into it.
Buying or selling, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna have
Hey, do you guys know the earth is flat? Look into it. You can't have two pressure systems next to each other without a solid barrier. So outer space and our atmosphere are scientifically impossible. Imagine how much pressure has to be put on our, quote, atmosphere to repel outer space, and the pressure that it is exerting on your alleged globe Earth. That's scientifically impossible. And don't let any teacher tell you otherwise. Teachers just teach what they're told. They don't know anything. Teachers have never taken images of Earth from space. They only just read things that they're supposed to teach, which is okay. People are ignorant, and they want to trust authority. But it's time to take your power back and trust in your own instincts. That when you see the sun and the moon move across the sky, they are doing just that, because the earth is stationary. And until you look into Flat Earth Podcast or Flat Earth Clues by Eric Dubay, 200 Proofs, You Don't Know Where You Live, 21 Questions by ODD, yeah, you're right, the earth is round like a penny. The earth is round like a pizza, and the center is the North Pole, and the sun and the moon move across a stationary plane, just as we see it. And if you believe government did things and you can't do it, that's a religion. Public school is like a church. Public school teaches you lies when you're young, and then you just blindly believe things. Hey, did you guys know the earth is flat? Did you know the earth is flat, not a ball in outer space that you've never seen before? You never saw the moon landing on the radio, sir. He's like, how dare you talk about my government? We landed on the moon. How dare you? Prove it. That was a movie. It was scripted. Your whole life is scripted, just like sports are scripted, just like the news is scripted. Make sure you look into the movie Cell with John Cusack and Sam L. Jackson tonight. It's the movie called Cell. Have you seen Songbird yet? That came out when COVID started. They were already mocking you 2 years ago with movies before COVID even started. How do you come out with a movie during a pandemic? Huh, weird. It's almost like they scripted a movie and scripted your reality together. What a coincidence. Outer space is scientifically impossible. You can't have two pressure systems next to each other without a solid barrier. You know, like your water bottle that you're carrying into the stadium? Remove the plastic and have the water stay conformed like it was in the bottle and not splash onto the ground, and I'll believe your outer space is real. Demonstrate it for me. Show me water conform to the exterior of a shape. All of your images of Earth from space and all of your images of outer space that you see in your science books are all CGI artist renditions. They are not real.
I was.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. It's not real. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat?
I have a master's degree in physics.
You do, okay.
This past summer we did a balloon launch, 110,000 feet in the air. We got the images. You want to know what the Earth was?
Did you use a fisheye lens?
It was round.
Did you use a fisheye lens? Which lens did you use? Did you use a fisheye lens? Oh, interesting how you walk away without admitting you used a fisheye lens, which curves horizontal lines. Physics teacher, he runs away. Literally, he had to run away. Still looking for more proof from a physics teacher to show me how two pressure systems exist next to each other without a solid barrier. You know, yeah, you're right. Yep. So show me, demonstrate that. Remove the rubber.
Give me a rubber. Take your pants down.
Wow, this is the child. More children in this country. Just because you are over 18 doesn't mean you're still not a child and believe government lies and propaganda. Somebody's mad that I took their globe Earth away. Somebody's mad that dinosaurs don't exist. Be nice if we had some more men who weren't obsessed with other people's names on the back of their shirt and actually become American. What are you guys going to do when sports go away? What are you going to do? You're going to freak out and rage because you can't watch the Vikings get destroyed by Baltimore again?
What are you gonna do when you move out of your mom's fucking basement?
I don't live in my mom's basement. Nice try. I don't have to project every time I open my mouth when somebody doesn't agree with me.
Tickets, buying, selling.
You're projecting. Earth is flat, bro. Earth is flat. Not a ball. Has it ever crossed your mind? What's that? You don't? All right, well, check this out, man, sometime. Look up Flat Earth Podcast. Yeah, man. Have you ever looked into it? So the firmament in Genesis 1 shows that we live in a container. So how do you have two pressure systems next to each other without a solid barrier? Yeah, here you go, check that out. Gravity, that's just nomenclature for why things fall to the ground, man. It's just electrostatics and density and buoyancy. That's why things fall, because things weigh more than the air around them, and the air can't hold it up. Like water, you know, check it out sometime. Yeah, take care. Inquisitive minds want to know. Make sure to check out Flat Earth Podcast by David Weiss, Flat Earth Clues by Mark Sargent, 200 Proofs, Earth is Not a Spinning Globe by Eric Dubé. This is your chance to finally take your life back and where you live. Because the Earth is flat and not a ball in outer space. You've never seen Earth from space before. So why do you believe it's real? Because my teacher told me. Because government told me. Because Elon Musk and SpaceX and NASA. That sounds like a religion. That sounds like a Catholic saying, oh, well, the Pope read me this verse in the Bible, so it must be true. I saw in the Bible, it said that some guy walked on water and 12 people saw him do it. Well, that's more faith.
God's faith.
If I can believe that a man walked on water and you believe 12 men walked on the moon, that's the same thing.
What's the percentage of drinking 3 O'Doyles?
What's the percentage of O'Doyle's? O'Doyle rules.
Okay, what's the percentage of drinking 3 St. Pauli girls? How drunk do you need to get?
I don't know, man. Yeah, are you spinning right now?
I'm not spinning, I'm just asking a legit question because you talked about Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you talked about Jesus Christ, so I don't know which side you're on.
I guess not.
Which side are you on?
I'm on the side of truth and not being lied to about where we live. And Elon Musk, you believe that a car is in outer space right now?
I don't live anywhere, I just rent.
Do you believe that Elon Musk launched a Tesla car into outer space?
I don't know. But I don't own, I rent.
Okay, fair enough, yeah.
So I don't know about anything then.
Well, you can know about where you live, and that's on a flat, non-rotating Earth, not in outer space.
Well, how do you know that?
Because water, when contained, lays level and flat at the surface when at rest. When does it bend to make a ball?
How far can you take 3.14?
Do you know what the radius value of your globe Earth is?
Oh, can you tell me?
3959.
That's pretty good.
3,959 miles.
How much does gravity weigh?
Yeah, that's right, man. Earth is flat, not a ball.
How much does gravity weigh?
So, gravity is just nomenclature for why things fall to the ground. You can't say gravity and then magically water conforms to the exterior of a shape.
You can pour it in a glass.
You can pour water in a glass. Nice work. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat? While you're on your phone there watching the Wild destroy the New York Islanders, make sure you look into Flat Earth Clues by Mark Sargent. You can also download the Flat Earth Sun Moon Zodiac Clock app by Blue Water Bay and get more information on Flat Earth and get a better idea of the Earth and the Sun traveling across a flat plane. I think that's it, folks. The game should be on right now. Hey, did you guys know the Earth is flat? There he is. Laughter is the best medicine. Getting people to laugh. Ridicule before investigation is the height of ignorance, though. If you laugh about something that you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's not a very good start to questioning and being more informed. Well, I had so much fun today. Somebody gave me a burger. I don't expect it to be like poison. There we go. We got a burger. Plenty of concerts and things going on here in Minneapolis in the future and St. Paul, so I'll be sure to come out when I can. All right, folks. Thanks everybody for hanging out for a little bit at the XLA. Hey, did you know the Earth is flat? Don't let any guy tell you the Earth is a globe. It's flat, okay? So that's what we got on. Make sure to check out my video that I did yesterday at the university for the Gopher game. I photobombed ESPN Game Day, Big Ten Network, with Flat Earth. And the link should be on the Twitch stream, and you could check that out. So I totally destroyed that live stream and that live game day yesterday. So I do a lot because I love Flat Earth and I love everybody else out there. I love all human beings because, you know, we gotta make a change and flip the script on everybody before it gets to be too late. So make sure to subscribe to my Twitch and DLive and Instagram, Authentic Intent, and if you want to, you can scroll down on DLive and donate through Venmo or PayPal or Bitcoin or anything, and just help out that way also. So thanks everybody for watching the stream, and I'll see you next time.